Hi guys, welcome. Hi guys, happy weekend everyone. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my platform. Thank you guys so much for being here. So let's catch up on the Shannon Sharpe situation because listen, dude is in serious trouble. Okay? And the kind of trouble that he is in. Mm, 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 mm. We have so much to cover today, the reaction and the kind of trouble that Shannon Sharpe is. It's like he doesn't have anybody. At the beginning, a lot of black women were in support, and especially when you consider the lawyer that is representing the person that is accusing him. That number one right there, like I said it in my previous video about this, that right there, having that man, Tony Bosby, as the lawyer, the Jane Doe lawyer, was such a turn off for me. It was like the big red flag, and I do believe that that kind of resonated with a lot of women, a lot of black women, particularly black people. And people were willing to keep an open mind and give benefit of the doubt, even though there's still some people who are like, what do you guys see in all these women? Why can't you just date your own women? There was always that conversation, but there were also a lot of people who wanted to give Shannon Sharpe the benefit of the doubt. But then come to find out, some of the things that he has said about black women are starting to surface. And in 2025, black women are not putting up with the shenanigans anymore. Black women are only dedicating our energies to people who respect us. That's just how it is. Anyways, it came out that Shannon Sharpe basically said at some point that a sister can't do shit for me, meaning a black woman can't do anything for him, and that's the reason why he goes after women of you know, the other complexion. And I see that being the case because I have watched him a few times. I've even seen like his podcast when he invites some men, and even the way they talk, like he just seems like the kind of person that will say something like that, you know. And I don't know if they do this to appease the the women in their lives, the Oyimbo women in their lives. I don't know if that's the reason why they're doing those things, saying those things, hampering on what is hampering? Hammering on the fact that, oh, they don't mess with black women, they only care. I don't know if that's something that they're doing to assure the women that they are with. I don't know, but if you need to go to such extremity to convince the woman that you're with that, yeah, that you are in, then there's something wrong. It cannot be fixed by berating women of your race. That's just the truth of the matter. Whatever it is that is going on cannot be fixed by berating women of your race. So that has, anyway, so this revelation about what he's saying about black women has definitely got a lot of women turning our backs on him and be like, fine, okay, if that's how you feel about us, that's how you feel about us, then you can sort yourself out then, you know. And people are basically turning their backs, and who can blame them? These men need to be taught a lesson. That's just what I believe. They need to be taught a lesson that you have to respect people. You can't only come to us when you are in a bind telling us to pray for you. Like, that kind of manipulation, it's not working anymore. People are waking up. People are smartening up to the antics, to the shenanigan. But so before we go into some reactions from the public, let me go ahead and share my screen so that I can play, you know, he actually ended up stepping back. And we all know, like, if you've been in the social media streets long enough, if you've witnessed a lot of scandal, that's usually how they start. They'll say, oh, I'm stepping back. Some of them might even come and tell you, like he did in the situation, that this was all his doing. This was all his idea. It wasn't Disney who instructed him to step aside. This was totally him. So it's his decision to step aside until further notice. But we know better, right? We know better. But anyways, so he released a statement basically announcing that he was stepping down because he needed to like spend time with his family and rah rah rah. It's always so funny. I bet this guy has not set foot on any one of his family members' house up until now, but all of a sudden he wants to step back and spend time with the family because now things have happened. Imagine somebody that is paying $25,000 per butt cheek. Oh lordy, paying $25,000 per butt cheek to engage in a racial kink with a sex worker. Imagine somebody paying 25. Imagine like just I bet if any of the family members like cousins reach out and say, yo, cuz, unc, I need 25,000 to start a business. This is a sure thing. I've never asked you for anything before. This is something that I really, really need. I bet he's gonna be like, I don't have any money. Sorry, dude. Speaking of money, this man made so much money. Remember the viral Cat Williams interview, the one where Cat Williams, the now famous BDD or whatever it was that he said, that we're catching hell in 2024. BDDs. When he said that BDDs were catching hell in 2024, Cat Williams said that. You remember that interview? Allegedly, Shannon Sharpe made, because it went viral. That has over 200 million views, I believe, according to report. Reportedly, allegedly, Shannon Sharpe made over $6 million from that interview because it was shared everywhere. It went everywhere. Reportedly, allegedly, he made over $6 million from it. So imagine somebody making so much, because he got like over 200 million views last I checked. So yeah, so he got money. Imagine around that time, with the money that he was making from that video and everything. Imagine somebody reaching out to him, a family member, and be like, uncle, cousin, I just need like $25,000. Please, can you help me? I need to start a business. I will never ask you for anything ever again. He probably will be like, nah, man, I'm sorry, man, I don't have it. Whereas he's paying 25,000 per butt cheek. I feel no pity for this man. It has also now been revealed that if she wasn't even like 20 years old yet when he started messing with this person. Meanwhile, this man was still in his mid 50s. Okay, whether she was 22 when he first got with her, whether she was 18, 19, he was still over 30 years older. Over 30 years. Let that sink in for a while. So, and that just speaks to his nastiness. There's actually a post that I saw. The post was made in defense of Shannon Sharpe, but I picked something out of it, as I always do. I picked something out of it, and if I have the time, we will go over it. But so this is the message that he released. Statement basically announcing that he was stepping down. Again, for me, I think this is him. This is my opinion. I think this is him just trying to be proactive. Like he's already seen the writing on the wall. Okay. The company that he works for, though they may be engaged in all kinds of kink, all kinds of nastiness, they don't want those things, bubbling up to the surface. They don't want those things. They want to pretend that everything is so innocent over there. So for sure, Shannon Sharpe already saw the handwriting on the wall. He already knew that as more of this situation escalated, he was facing a possible um termination. They was going to force him to terminate. They were going to terminate him from the job. And I think so he knew that this was going to happen. He probably had friends in management who were already giving him like the 411 and letting him know that they are seriously contemplating letting you go. And so this is his own way of getting ahead of what is happening, so that he can somewhat control the narrative. I don't know, but that's the vibe that I am getting. Okay, because the role that he played, like the way he handled the situation, by basically coming out to leak text messages and all these other stuff that he was doing, what that tells me that he was really ready, was going to fight it. What that told me was that he was going to fight it till the end. You know what I mean? So now that announcing that he's stepping down, I think this is just his own way of getting ahead of what he already see is going to ultimately be what happens. Like losing the job, losing the contract is ultimately going to be what's going to happen. So this way he can soften the blow, and then he can, just deal with the rest as they come later. So this is a statement, and this is what he said. My statement is found here, and this is the truth. Like, if you have to tell us that your statement is true, then maybe if you have to preface by telling us that your statement is true, I guess maybe because maybe somehow you already know that there are things that are going to be listed in your statement that are not going to be true. Okay, I don't know. But this is what he wrote. He said, my statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues. Shannon Sharpe. So that's what he posted, basically, that he's just doing this to be proactive. Percy, hi Percy. Percy says he played in the snow. I actually saw a comment and somebody said when you dip your toe in the snow or something to that effect. I keep telling you not to dip your toe in the snow. Something to that effect, but it made me laugh so hard. I was like, yup. They are obsessed, especially men from the South. Men from the South are obsessed with the snow people. Like, it is so wild to me. And the reason is because for a very long time, segregation was very prevalent, okay, in the South, and it lasted longer in the South than it did anywhere else. And the snow people, the snow women, were unattainable, were untouchable, so they were a fantasy. And so a lot of our brothers, as soon as they get to a position of status and they've made money, they have succeeded in whatever endeavor they have taken on, the first thing, it's like a symbol of success. Okay, being with a snow woman is like a symbol of success for them. It is a sign that they have attained something, and that is like their ultimate goal. To land a snow woman, that's like their ultimate goal. A lot of these brothers down over there, they really, really suffer from low self-esteem, and it is so prevalent. And those are the ones that are most likely to come on social media and disrespect our sisters and disrespect us. Once they start playing in the snow, now they want to talk bad, they want to talk negatively about us. It is amazing to me, but it is considered a sign, like a sign of success. Like you reach the stage where even a snow person, I don't want to say snow bunny, because I don't know if the algorithm has picked up on that. I don't want to use it. So I'm going to say snow person. You guys know what I mean when I say snow person. Okay. Because I don't know if the algorithm has picked up on that. Don't want to be dinged. So what was I saying? I was talking about how it is like a symbol of success at the pinnacle of their career. They want to be seen with a snow person. They want to be walking to those red carpets, to those football, and it's mostly athletes, it's mostly athletes. That's why if you see a lot of our brothers who are obsessed with snow people, a lot of them are from that part of America. It's amazing. Like it's so crazy and so wild. And then they come on social media and they talk smack and they disrespect. It's crazy. Like I actually saw a thread. I forget what the story was about. And then this crazy ass guy came in the comment section and said, I don't even want, it's so offensive what that person said. I might even get in trouble if I even repeat it. Like it's so freaking offensive. Like it is crazy. So this is what so one more thing. So allegedly this is the Jane Doe that is accusing him. Okay. So this says, oh wow, alleged close source of Shannon Sharpe claim he had BDSM with his accuser at least 100 times. At least 100 times. 100 times he allegedly had BDSM relations. Okay. We are using coded word here because we have a family friendly platform over here. At least 100 times he did that. Like that is sickness. That is sickness. Because my understanding of people who participate in that act, it's usually people who, it's something that they do to treat themselves, right? It's supposed to be treated as a treat. You want to treat yourself to something, it's crazy that that would even be considered a treat. But yeah, it is considered a treat. If you want to treat yourself to something nice and then you do that, that's usually how it is viewed. But for somebody to be doing that and they've known each other only 2 years. They've known each other since 2023. And we are in 2025 now. Less than 5 years. And he's allegedly done 100. Like, how many days are there in a year, for goodness sake? To me, that spells obsession. That spells a sickness. That spells somebody who cannot control themselves, somebody that is addicted. That spells addiction. That spells addiction. Let me tell you. Because that's not something that you just do. Like I said, it's a lot. It takes a lot, okay? I mean, I'm sure that a lot of us have watched 50 Shades of Grey, and we know we've seen some of it, and that's just the TV version of it too. The people who are really deep into it, they basically know what they do. You know what I mean? So for you to have done that 100 times, that just tells me that something is definitely not okay with you. For sure, something is not okay with you.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow? Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Like their conversation is so dry, long-winded. Granted, you know, she's still obviously recording. She's recording their conversation and all of that malarkey. But still, if this was not the mannerism, if this was not her normal regular mannerism, the way that she talked, he probably would have suspected. But the reason why he doesn't seem fazed by the way that she's talking with the long silence and the long pauses, that's because that's how she talks, and he's used to that. And what kind of conversation is a 50 whatever 55 56-year old man going to have with somebody who even talks like this? Her, like, you can just hear it in her voice. She's so young. And again, that speaks to his sickness. For him to be okay with even engaging in whatever it was situationship that he had with this person. Lord have mercy.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Like, this whole situation is so disturbing. The thing that this man was willing to put himself through, like he was just like he was more than happy to be fetishized, just like he was, like, in my opinion, fetishizing her. Whew, with all that money. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty.
Don't you dare make yourself a victim, target black men, blah, blah, blah. You put yourself in that situation. We've seen your text messages. We've seen the conversation that you've had with this 19, 20, 21-year-old woman. Don't come here painting yourself to be a victim, or a victim of a race crime, someone who's been targeted based on your race. You don't get to do that, Shannon Sharpe. You don't get to do that. You don't get to come here and pull the race card and talk about how Tony Busby is targeting black men. Do I personally believe that Tony Busby is targeting black men? I do. This is my opinion. And this is based on, the things that I have heard about him and the things that I have read about him. And also, yeah, I believe that. But you have lost the right to also claim that. You have lost the right to claim that he's coming after you, he's targeting you because of your race. You have lost that. Especially when you voluntarily shared text conversations between you and Gabriella. When you voluntarily shared conversation that were really, really awkward and strange and abnormal. So you have lost every right to claim that you were being racialized. I'm sorry. And this is the reason why sisters are turning away from you. Because they really, a lot of people were like, oh, there goes another one. Like I said, especially when it was Tony Busby, people were really, really, really ready. Okay, people started dusting off their cape. You know how we all told ourselves, black women, that we were going to sit out the next 4 years because and let Orange do what he does. But as soon as he came out and gave his sub story and whatever, people were ready to dust out their cape, in defense of Shannon Sharpe. And then we started hearing all these things that he was saying. We're like, okay, no, this is not our fight. And the things that he was willing to subject himself to. Nah, we've come a long way. And I love this for us as black women. I absolutely love this for us. If they're not going to willingly, voluntarily show us respect, we have to demand it by our actions or inactions. That's just it. We are going to demand respect by our action or inaction. Enough. So yeah.
And play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out.
So the video, according to him, is going to show that it's going to play into every single stereotype. But you subjected yourself, though. You were the one who volunteered yourself, subjected yourself to whatever stereotype that played out in that video. So you trying to come here and wet the floor, to get ahead of the story, it doesn't do anything. Because if the tape ever comes out, we are going to see the humiliation, the stereotypes that you subjected yourself to on account of being with a snow person. You don't get to moan and groan after you put yourself in that situation. You don't get to moan and groan and complain and cry, oh, woe, it's me, when you have put yourself in that situation. Like, it doesn't work that way.
I don't have it, or I wouldn't myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans. To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart.
This sounds like Monique wrote this, I'm telling you, because who starts every conversation, every quote-unquote serious conversation with, I want to speak from my heart? That is totally Monique language. Like, I have watched, I have listened to a lot of explanation videos after celebrities find themselves in trouble. Shannon Sharpe, in the moment at the beginning of this video, sounded like he was reading a script that was handwritten by, what's her name, Monique, and even fed. Like, that's just what it was given. I don't know. So anyways, let me go ahead and share some more stuff, because another woman has now come out to, this is somebody that he was with for a long time, the Michelle. Remember the time where he, in my opinion, accidentally on purpose leaked a so-called tape on Instagram, went live, which is not something that you can just do. Instagram, going live on Instagram, there are so many different steps that you have to take for that to happen. cannot just butt dial Instagram live video. No, you have to be intentional about it. There's a reason why they make you go through all of those hoops just to make sure that you intended to go live. So yeah, anyways, there's a lady named Michelle who has now come out to basically also accuse Shannon of certain things. Let me go ahead and let me see.
Well, what, Gabby?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let me go ahead and read this. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button, guys, please. Let me read some comments here. Um, somebody somebody said he was better off when they accused him of liking the other team. At least he was just a joke, right? And I think when he leaked that conversation, from when he leaked the so-called, and when he went live and started screaming Michelle, Michelle, oh my Michelle, oh my Michelle, when he went live, when he did that nonsense, a part of me was convinced that he did it because of the shaming and the memes and the stories and the narrative and the allegations that he played for the other team. And so a part of me felt like that was why he, quote unquote, accidentally leaked that, went live on Instagram, just to kind of dispute or dispel the rumors or whatever. That was what my mind told me then. And that's still very much, in my opinion, still that could very much still be the case. Okay, that could very much still be the case. But it also is not lost on me that it could be he could be that he could be playing for the other team and playing for the other team. He could be playing for both teams, if you know what I mean. Somebody said, I don't know if she will succeed, but the damage has already been done. Imagine that he was prepared to give 10 million to the little girl just because of his not nastiness. I bet he has never given his children $10 million. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. And they couldn't agree. And it was because they could not agree that conversations and negotiation broke. And so they decided to leak the story to TMZ. You know. So he was prepared. He wanted to do that. He wanted to pay off. And it's also now being reported that she wasn't the only one, that there are so many different women who have accused him in the past, and they have threatened to go public with the story that he had paid to silence them, allegedly. So that's what's being reported. So this is not like the first time that this is happening. This is something that has been happening for quite some time now. And there are so many women who have accused him before. All white women, by the way. And yeah. It's really, really unfortunate, honestly. I don't feel bad. I don't feel sorry for him. I feel nothing for this man. Okay, because yeah. Like the story, the details about his act is just nasty, nasty, nasty work. Okay, so this article says, oops, Shannon Sharpe accused of another type of assault by his ex-girlfriend in a Resurfacing 2023 lawsuit where Shannon Sharpe allegedly threatened to destroy her if she ever came forward. Woman had a restraining order in 2010 but dropped it out of fear. Mm. So the article says, according to page 6, neighbors. Okay, so neighbors, things are getting worse for Shannon Sharpe. On top of the recent lawsuits he's facing from an OnlyFans model who claimed he assaulted her multiple times during their 2-year relationship, Shannon has quietly been facing another lawsuit from 2023 filed by Michelle Evans, his former girlfriend, who claims Shannon assaulted her in 2010 during their decade-long relationship. So she had a decade-long relationship with this person. And another thing that was revealed is that this same person too went to prison for 3 years for trying to unalive her former husband, because allegedly Shannon Sharpe, while she was trying to date Shannon Sharpe at the beginning, and when she and Shannon Sharpe were trying to date, allegedly, Shannon Sharpe said, I guess, had a condition that he wasn't going to date somebody who was married or whatever, so he wasn't going to date a married woman or whatever. And so this Michelle allegedly, not wanting to file for divorce, attempted to take out the man, and she ended up spending 3 years in prison for that. And then allegedly it was after she came out that Shannon Sharpe said, yeah, that's exactly who I need to date in my life. That's exactly what I need. And then he started dating her. Like he's so nasty, man. He's nasty. Let me see. According to Paces, Michelle Evans claimed she and Shannon Sharpe dated for 10 years before he became abusive in 2010. She alleges that back then she and Shannon got into an argument about his infidelity. Then Shannon allegedly proceeded to forcefully subdue her, compelling her to her knees, and subsequently engaging in a non-consensual oral. I'm not gonna read this because you guys know why. Okay, so he put it in her mouth, basically, and not in a non-consensual way. And the lawsuit stated Sharpe also allegedly maneuvered her into the bed and achieved non-consensual, the one that you do anyway, all the while proclaiming his intent to make it so no other man would want her. What the hell? What the hell? Then Michelle claimed when she wanted to expose what he did to her, Shannon allegedly threatened to destroy her life. He levied threats of ruin, declaring that any attempt on my part to disclose his transgressions will be met with a comprehensive campaign to use everyone I know to destroy you, the lawsuit claimed. In 2010, she filed a restraining order against Shannon, but eventually dropped it out of fear for her safety. So yeah, again, it's been reported that there are so many of them that he settled who are still very much afraid of Shannon, and as a result of their fear will not come out and expose him. And I mean, if that's what they choose to do, I would not even blame them, and I actually see that being the case. So yeah, this man has fallen from grace. This man has fallen from grace. This man has humiliated himself. I doubt that there will be a coming back for him. Let me go ahead and share some videos discussing Shannon Sharpe's dislike for sisters. Okay.
Sharp talk. Y'all just talking in circles. Okay? All this Shannon Sharpe talk. Y'all just talking in circles, okay? We been knew who this man was. He don't like black women. He's never defended a black woman. All this Shannon Sharpe talk. Y'all just talking in circles, okay? We been knew who this man was. He don't like black women. He's never defended a black woman.
Do you know who defends black women? Cat Williams. I actually saw a video that I thought was so wholesome. I don't know if I can find it now wherever I saved it. I might pull it up next time. But Cat Williams love him some black women. And that's a man that I will 100% ride for. 100%.
This is all coming down to a kink and narcissism. She's 20 years old and you wanted to dominate her. And this is the whole power dynamic that the Me Too movement was built off of. Shannon Sharpe just needs to pay the $50 million at this point because Gabby is not playing with his ass. More audio came out of 56-year-old Shannon Sharpe talking about he wanted to Gabby. And this is where his narcissism is going to eat him up because he came out yesterday and was like, whatever you're going to release it. Yeah, I'm doing all that yesterday. And then today she drops more audio. It's like this girl was recording him probably their whole relationship interaction. And you so busy talking, you're going to talk your way out of 50 million. Well, you already have, because I think this is only the tip of the iceberg. And the girls are sitting back and watching, shaking our heads because it's like, when do successful men learn to just kind of not risk it all for their kinks? Like, these men will never learn, and Shannon Sharpe is just another lesson. Hate to see it. I mean, do I? Not really. This is all.
Yep. Yep, the entire time. I think as soon as she learned who he was, I'm sure he probably bragged about who he was, former NFL, I'm this and I'm that and I'm the other one. And she also did her Google search and she found out who he was. And, you know, he just became a mark to her because he wouldn't shut up. And every conversation from that moment that she learned who he was, it became about recording, saving things for the rainy day, saving information that she can potentially use against him. And I don't think this is just about a kink. I think this is just men who are so obsessed because that which they were never allowed to be around. I mean, he's 56 years old, probably grew up around the time where, snow people were still like unattainable, and it's not like 2025, it's not like 2020 or 2010s or whatever. Probably when he grew up, it was something that he could never even imagine happening to him. And now that the world has completely changed and he has some money in his pocket, and now he can fulfill what he has always wanted. So let's
okay, so the picture dropped of Shannon Sharpe's accuser, and y'all not gonna make me feel bad at all. Shannon Sharpe is a fucking fool. Best case scenario per him is he's being shook down by a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who looks so young. This girl looks so, you see the picture of this girl looks so young.
Yeah.
So you let a white girl come in your bedroom and call you racial slurs, and then you offered her $10 million not to tell anybody about it. Best case scenario, you was about to make a 19-year-old white girl a multi-millionaire so you could get called racial slurs and have a sexual relationship with her. Talk about poor dick management. Talk about low racial self-esteem.
Right.
Disgusting. So shameful that you was that old even preying on somebody 19, somebody that looks like this. And as I said in my other videos, there's nothing wrong with interracial relationships to me. as long as y'all not doing no weird stuff like this. This is weird. I have no respect for him. And let's not, like I said, let's just assume that he didn't essay her. This is crazy. This is disgusting. I don't even know what else to say about Shannon Sharpe. He is too old to even have been involved with something like this. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, if you did hurt this girl, I hope she get every penny she's supposed to get from you. Because wow. This is what you wanted to do with your hard-earned money.
Right.
Okay, so the picture,
crazy nasty work. And she's right. This girl is so young. And what that really tells me is that even speaks more to his level of sickness, that he made sure that she was barely legal. What that tells me is, if it was legal to fool around with a 10-year-old, a lot of these men would do it. People like Shannon Sharpe would do it. Because if you look at this girl, she looks every bit her age, even younger than her age. And if he's so comfortable and this is who he's looking for, then that tells me that if it was legal for them to do somebody younger, that they probably would. My goodness. Yes.
Shannon Sharpe is 57 years of age. He's getting accused of SA by a 19-year-old. Big man, you've lost the plot. You just heard what Shannon Sharpe said. Shannon Sharpe is denying all allegations. First of all, what is a 57-year-old man doing linking a 19-year-old? It don't make no sense. You're way too old to be this horny. You're way too grown to be this silly.
You're way too old to be this horny. Oh my God. Boy, he's not wrong. Oh my God, that is so funny. Woo.
Silly. Mandem, listen to me. Go and get married. Settle down and find yourself a missus. You don't want to be like Shannon Sharpe, age 57, getting accused of SA by a 19-year-old. Your whole career is on the line. Like, for a quick shag, come on, Mandem. Mandem, we can do better than this. Do you know what I mean? And especially as successful men. You know what I mean? You know what they say? More money, more haters. More money, more danger. And this is a classic case. A successful man is now getting accused by a 19-year-old, apparently OF model, of SA. That's crazy. You're losing your whole career to an OF model. That's crazy. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section what you guys think.
Oh my goodness. They are letting him have it. Like, for real. They are letting him have it. And I'm so here for it. Let's see. Let me see.
Men are gay. Let me say this 2 more times. Men are gay. Let me say this 2 more times in the words of...
That's my girl, Tasha K. Hold on.
Men are gay. Let me say this 2 more times in the words of Umar Johnson. Hypersexual men are...
Umar Johnson repeating everything 3 times.
Gay. Hypersexual men are gay. You can call it bisexual. I call it gay. Now, he's trying to play on Jay-Z. If I was Jay-Z, I would have sued him and tell him, leave me out the group chat, my nigga, like, for real. We are not the same.
Right. Right.
Now, we got whips, chains, text messages, her audio, and his audio. Jasmine, play some of this audio. Viewer discretion is advised.
What, Gabby?
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, she actually sounds so young. That's what is so disturbing about this, just how young she sounds. She actually sounds so, she sounds like she's like 13 years old, 14 years old. She sounds like a 14-year-old. Whew.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested.
Let's go over this. Let's watch this.
This is Shannon Sharpe, ex-football player, very popular podcast commentator, and he also has a problem. See, Shannon Sharpe was just accused of forcing someone to watch Netflix with him. If you don't know what that means, look in the comments. Now, to make matters worse for Shannon, that same person is suing him for $50 million. But it just keeps getting worse for Shannon Sharpe because the person that's suing him's lawyer, we're going to call the person that's suing him G. So G's lawyer, his name is Tony Busby. That's not good because Tony Busby is famously all about the dollars. For those of you that don't recognize the name, he's the same guy that sued Jay-Z, that sued Diddy for the same thing, making people watch Netflix with him. Now, suing Jay-Z and Diddy did not go well for Tony. In fact, Tony kind of ended up looking bad after that. But Tony's response was so, where the money at? Shannon said, I got good news, I got bad news. Good news is, I got a client named G. She wants to sue you. Shannon said, then what's the bad news? Tony said, oh no, it's the same news. It's just good for me and bad for you. Tony having this conversation with Shannon happened before the news came to light. And celebrities obviously don't want this type of information to come out. True, not true, don't matter. You look bad, your dollars start to dwindle. So Tony basically telling Shannon, make us an offer and maybe everybody doesn't have to hear about this. Shannon did not make the right offer. Shannon allegedly offers $10 million. Clearly wasn't enough because Tony tells the world G is suing Shannon Sharpe because he forced her to watch Netflix. And here's where things start to get wicked. Shannon Sharpe comes out and says, cap, almost immediately. And an all-out war begins. See, the battle of public opinion nowadays is almost as important as the legal battle itself. What you think about Shannon Sharpe matters. If everyone thinks he did it, his career's over. So now you're the jury, and now you start hearing facts. Tony tells you, by the way, everybody, there was a 30-year age gap. I just thought you should know. Girl was like 19. Shannon was around 50. Heads up. Shannon says, okay, well, first of all, Tony Busby trying to blackmail me. Heads up. Second of all, the relationship between me and G was consensual. Tony says, okay, but as soon as the relationship stopped being consensual and she said stop, you kept going. More specifically, Shannon would get verbally abusive. He knew where her house was. And while Shannon and G were watching Netflix together one time, she told him, look, you got to stop. He did not stop. Shannon says lies. And by the way, her name is, he drops her real name, which I don't think you're supposed to do. She tried to file this lawsuit anonymously. Shannon said, anyway, here are the texts that she sent me and here are the texts that I sent her. He drops pages of texts that they sent between each other, basically trying to show that they had a consensual relationship and some of their Netflix watching was rough. Now, I'm not going to get into the specifics of these messages, but boy, let me tell you, one of them read. Let me just tell you one. It said, hey, Shannon, you know I charge $25K for each cheek. Shannon with it. He said, hell yeah. Matter of fact, let me tell you another one. It said, Shannon, put a, boy, here, let me just write it in the notes out for you. Okay. Tony said, Shannon said, furthermore, I know you planning on releasing a video of me. So when you release the video, Tony, make sure you show the whole video. Because listen closely, Shannon Sharpe says Tony and Gabby have a video clip of Shannon looking pretty rough. But Shannon said, look, if you see the whole video, it's not going to be as bad as it seems. Tony says, or what if I release this? Tony releases an audio clip of Shannon and G having a conversation. And it's weird. It's basically G saying, Shannon,
is trying to manipulate her, and Shannon telling her not to use that word or he's going to choke her. But it's difficult because in court, Shannon's going to say, that's how we talk, that's how we play. She's going to say the opposite. Basically, everything you're going to hear is Shannon saying he was rough but consensual. G and Tony saying Shannon was rough, consensual, then not consensual. And if it's not consensual once, you'll face consequences. At least you should. This is Shannon Sharpe, ex-football player, very popular podcast commentator, and he also has a
Okay. Oh my God.
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play. I didn't even want to talk about this, but the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old. And honestly, I was just assaulted by this information. I didn't know anything about it. And I'm scrolling, minding my business, and I see a deluge of text messages that he released from this girl that are weird and with an obvious race fetish. And it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well. And he only released what she was saying. Put a big black baby in me. Oh my gosh. I can't believe. If you were one of my students.
Exactly. He only released what she was saying. What were you saying? How come your messages were not included? Exactly.
Just scroll on past this video. This is really not for you. But if she was saying those things to him, just imagine what he was saying to her. This is a literal fetish. Do you think Shannon Sharpe is the only black person that has this fetish? He dreams of being some little white damsel's mandingo. That's what he that's
I can't. Listen.
It's fantasy. I wouldn't be surprised if she was calling him the N-word during coitus. He's into that.
Right.
And if this man is turned on sexually by being racialized in such a weird way, you don't think he just gets off on the disparities between black and white people? There's a whole lot of black people out there who really truly enjoy being oppressed in this really weird way, being othered, being marginalized. It's a fetish for them. He ain't the only one being turned on by that. Race play, Shannon?
Like, he's just crazy to me, honestly. It's wild. It is crazy. Dr. Uma.
We have to recognize at the heart of
Dr. Uma Johnson.
This interracial dating scam is a agenda to strip the black community of its wealth by
Dr. Uma Johnson. It never disappoints. Oh my goodness. I don't want this video to be too long. Somebody said, look at how this trial will bring out psychologists talking about the effect of slavery. Oh yeah. And he knew that once they go into details about what happened, he knew for sure that people are going to be side-eyeing him because of the things that he allowed himself to participate in. And that's the reason why he only shared messages, one-sided messages. He didn't share the part that he played, the things that he said. So because he knows that no matter what, they don't make him look good. And the way it is going, especially seeing how desperate Tony Busby is for a win, I don't think Tony Busby is going to be backing down anytime soon. I think Tony Busby is going to take it to, it's going to take the fight to them. Tony Busby is going to make sure that he doesn't come out of this at the losing end of this. Yeah. So, and if they get to court, everything is going to come out. You know what I mean? Whether she wins or she doesn't win, but a lot of information is going to come out that is going to really, really, for people who are still on the fence, people who still don't understand the content of Mr. Shannon Sharpe's character, By the time this gets to court and all these court details are coming out, the documentation, people are really going to see Shannon Sharpe for what he is. And that's the thing that he was trying so hard to avoid. And that's the reason why he thought, let him get ahead of the situation before it got out of hand, so that he'll be able to garner enough support for when it eventually gets to court, if it does. That way he can, just be like, it would have enough people supporting him. But that's not gonna work. And yeah, it's just nasty work to me, man. It's just crazy nasty work to me that a grown man will allow himself to be used in this way. Like, woo! And that would be such an embarrassing thing for him if it ever comes out, if those text messages, conversation, more details about their relationship, if they ever come out, it's gonna be bad for him. It's gonna make him look so bad, you know. And it's going, I mean, for a lot of people like myself, it's just going to validate what some of us have already suspected about him. Even prior to this, I never look at Shannon Sharpe as someone who is like, oh, a pillar of society, a role model or whatever. I have never looked at him in that way. Something has always been very odd, especially when I will come across any of his podcasts with Chad Okonchonko or whatever that guy's name is. Whenever I will come across their podcast and the things that they say, it like he's never really like it's just weird. So it'll just be confirming what my spirit has already told me before. It will just be confirming. Dr. Umar Johnson.
Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother.
Dr. Umar, he's going to stay with you, my brother. People were actually surprised. I think because Shannon Sharpe is like, Dr. Umar, there are some black men that he wouldn't even like, he wouldn't want the smoke from certain black men. I think Shannon Sharpe is one of those. So he's gonna stand with Shannon Sharpe. Go ahead, Dr. Umar Johnson.
Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother, on one condition. I'm getting text messages from all over the African universe telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable.
Oh my God. Of the unspeakable.
I'm getting text messages telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm going to stand with my Uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with my Uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay, no more snow bunnies after this scandal.
You cannot take Uncle Shay Shay's precious snow bunny away. You can't. Ooh.
If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on
Oh my God.
on this one. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one, but Uncle Shay Shay, No more bunnies after this. Can somebody confirm if he's being accused by snow bunnies or Afro Queens? Is Uncle Shannon being accused of snow bunnies or Afro Queens? Who can confirm?
Leave Afro Queens alone, because leave Afro Queens alone, no. Okay? You know Uncle Shay does not mess with Afro Queens. You know he doesn't mess with Afro Queens. So why are you doing that? Why are you bringing Afro Queens into this?
Or are they white? Are they black? Is this a rice bunny situation? Is this a snow bunny situation? Is this a sand bunny situation?
Oh my gosh.
Is this a salsa bunny situation? Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Umar Johnson, you are something else.
Guys, I'm just literally on my last braid in the front to take out, and I'm here laughing like, yo, not the girls telling Shannon Sharpe, bro, put a big black baby in me. Y'all want to be slaves so bad. It's okay. Like, go down to Mississippi or wherever. Like, they will take you back. You can work alone. Get my crops ready. Because I'm understanding that there's a lot of people who love, you know, the race, the slave plays, and all these like sexual type of role plays. It's a no for me. It's always been a no for me. Listen, no thank you, I'm good. But like, it's racist. That's like me dating a guy. He's like, I want to put a nice mix, baby. Sir, please. Yo, I'm laughing. Like, she really said all this, and he's out here. I want to know what he said. Fuck what she said.
Exactly.
You heard what she said, but I know his response is 10 times worse. He probably accepted like,
right, 10 times worse. That's the reason why he's not releasing them.
Black in you and give you the best big black child. Like, first of all, fetishization is enough for me. Please no. I've cut people off for this shit. Okay, I've had a lot of Caucasian friends who obsess over black men. They deny it. The signs are there. I want no parts. I want no parts in it. No. Okay. Then you have people like, let me tell you something. Black women, this is not our fight. This is not our fight. We're here for entertainment. Because I don't mind you being these people, these other individuals. Okay. Those are your choices. They who you want to date.
Right.
But don't come back after when he was doing his interview after, like, to my people that no. We not invited at the cookout, my friend.
Right. Exactly. We are just here having fun.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
I honestly, as much as I find Shay Shay's actions really repulsive, I honestly believe that when he made that statement about doing that to her that I don't want to repeat again, when he made that statement, I honestly believe that it was coming from a place of familiarity of what they have done before, you know, like a foreplay. Honestly, that's just what I see, just what I hear when the way that he said it. And even her response, first she was silent, she had this long pause. And like I said in previous videos, it was almost as if somebody was feeding her information and telling her, oh, you have to say something to show that you don't agree, that you refuse to be that word. So I think that's why she said that. because his response was, yes, you do, yes, you do. Again, in his mind, he thinks this is some type of role play, something that they have done before. And that was why he said, yes, you do, yes, you do. Okay. So that's what I think was playing out in the situation. But that's just my opinion anyway. And but yeah, anyways, guys, let me go and let me go sort some of the things out. Yeah, I wanted to just chill with you guys and catch up and talk about this. Yeah, please like this video. Thanks to Uncle Uma Johnson, Dr. Uma Johnson, for making me laugh. His bit was so funny. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother.
Okay, I've already played this. Oh my goodness.
Please stop telling black men that they need to get them a black woman. Okay, and here's why. So y'all keep asking Shannon Sharpe, like, why you just won't get you a black woman? You know why he won't get a black woman. You know why a lot of men don't want a black woman. You know that. It's people's right to live in the way they want to live. Meaning, if you want to live a life where no one else can check you, that's your right to. Now, it's going to end you up in a lot of stuff we seeing right now. But if that's the way you want to live your life, you get to live your life that way. Some men live their life that way. They want to be the head honcho. They want to be the ones correcting people. They don't want to be under judgment, especially not from a woman. It's like, wait, you're inferior to me. Even though they're not saying it out loud, it's like, you don't get to tell me that I'm a man, you're a woman. Black women are not the answer for spaces, places, or people who do not want to change.
Right.
They're not. We're not. And we're tired of it. And what we're doing is we're starting to take that energy that we've been putting into these fruitless places, and we are turning that power, that energy on ourselves.
Right.
We are gathering or coming together with other communities that are like-minded, and we're spreading that love there. We're spreading those seeds there. But when y'all say you need to get you a black woman, no, they don't. They need to have whatever they want to have, because what is true is a woman, especially when someone loves you, are going to tell you the truth. And sometimes that truth is not what you want to hear, because you want to live opposite to it. You want to do whatever you want to do. You want to be able to manipulate, gaslight. You want as much power as you can absorb. People don't want accountability. They just want power. Not everyone. And no, I said some. But you got to pay attention to what type of men certain men are.
Right.
They don't want to live the life you think that they should live.
Right.
That is why they've chosen what they've chosen.
Right.
Because none of those things are in a position to check them. None of those things are in a position to keep them honorable.
Right.
None of them are. They're picking things out of convenience, picking things that's easy to pick, so that when they want something new, they can just discard that and get something else.
Right.
I'm just speaking for black women.
Without
We're done with the discarding. The discarding,
without putting in the work, because then if you put in the work, and then that means you are emotionally attached. But if they just pick things they can easily discard, then it's easier. It's easy for them to just move on.
All the disrespect, when we see it, it just reminds us in the places and spaces we don't need to be. We're not saving people, places, or men anymore. So when somebody need to get their act together and their life is falling apart, call your therapist.
Right.
Because at least that bitch get paid to help you.
Exactly.
Please stop.
Very true. I agree. We're just going to sit back and sip tea and watch everything play out and just laugh at the funny ones and move on. That's it. That's all. I love this energy for us. I absolutely love this energy for us, because we're just like, all the times that we have been there for you guys, what did it do? It did nothing. So yeah, let's just let everybody answer their papa name, like we say. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Hit the like button and also share if you can. I will catch you later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye, Pasha. Good night. Good night, Stacy. Good night, everyone. Bye.